Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Unfortunately this week I came down with something early on in the week, and then the weather was just ridiculous yesterday. We had gusts, wind blowing 30-40 mile an hour, gust, you know, in the high 40s. I think we had one gust might have pushed 50. Had a bomb cyclone, as they call, come through here yesterday. And it got cold, and this afternoon has turned out pretty well. But with all that being said, I just couldn't get out and do some fishing last week. I'm still getting over my cold. So, but this afternoon's so nice, so broke the Blackstone out, and we're going to do a little blackened flounder for dinner tonight. All right, we're finishing up our smashed potatoes. I did a video on that last week with that black sea bass we cooked, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. And anyways, you can watch that video on what we did there for those smashed potatoes. But here's the flounder. Now this is one fish, and I've quartered it, and those are some. That is a couple big fillets. We probably won't eat all this tonight. That's why I only did one fish. But we're going to get these potatoes off, and I'm going to get some of this butter up here, and I'm going to cook the skin side first, and then flip it, and then you'll see the finished product. But what I've used on my seasoning here is some of the Blackstone steakhouse seasoning. I didn't go with an actual black, like Zeratatan's blackened seasoning, because it's a little bit too spicy for the little guys. So with that, you know, just wanted something that a little bit not as peppery for them. All right, trying to get my angle right. There is those potatoes. We're going to bring them over here to the cooler side. I'll flip it what it looks like. See how it's got a little char on it. That's what we want. And these things are almost like a cross between a French fry and a baked potato. I mean, the outside is just all caramelized, and then it kind of just melts in your mouth. Now we're going to take that seasoning, and what I'm going to do is try to get some of this butter right here out of here. And this is some older, this is some garlic butter I made up for steaks the other night. But we're going to get this and kind of coat this griddle up. Now I got this thing wide open, and we're just going to coat over our grill space, and that's garlic right there from this garlic butter. And we're going to kind of let that garlic kind of caramelize a little bit up. And we're going to start laying these fillets out on here. Now, like I said, I got this thing set to stun. It's drawing up quick, so we're only going to let these stay on these backside just a little bit, and we got to try to get them folded out as best as possible. I'm going to wash my hands and wash the plate. Now on some of this butter, I'm going to cut off a couple little pieces, kind of put in the middle of them to kind of make sure we keep a little bit of oil or butter fat kind of in between the fillets. I need to move it around a little bit. Come here. Trying to get that piece put on the back side. And that's going to help us get us kind of a glaze around the edges on this bottom. Now we're not going to let these cook too long on the skin side. So you can see it's starting to come up. I got my phone, I'm going to check, but about a 2-minute mark, which is just in a few seconds, we're going to flip them. All right, we're at the 2-minute mark. We're going to start flipping these. I get them loose anyways. All right. flipping. Let me stand a little bit square, but as you can see, got a good char on that skin, because this is going to be our presentation side on our flounder. And then we're going to take the rest of our butter and put it around it. And I'm going to be liberal with butter. Try to get it all amongst it. Now what the butter is going to also do is kind of cool down the griddle top a little bit. And the reason why it's cooling down the griddle top is this tank I got. It doesn't seal up that well. Put a couple pieces on top of the flounder. But anyways, we go around it like we did with the oil on the let that butter kind of cook into it, and we're going to let it cook for about 4 minutes right there on that. Now the other thing we can do is put a cover over it. So what I'm going to do here in a minute is I'm going to pull it over to the cool side, and all I'm doing is kind of spreading this butter around, and we're going to put a little bit more steakhouse seasoning on it here in a minute. Get it underneath there. And we're going to kind of move that butter in there to kind of let it cook down in the fish. And we'll let it cook for a few more minutes, and we're going to pull it over to this little bit of coal side. Now, I do have this burner off, but I got this one on low because this griddle top's been struggling with this bottle, and it's because the regulator doesn't screw down as tight. The other bottle I got, it just, for some reason, just gets hotter because it's just got a better seal. But we're going to kind of pack some of this butter back around this fish. All right, we're going to take these now and pull them over and let them rest a little bit on this side here that's not as hot. Now what's good is I wish I had some other stuff to put here, because that's all, I'm sorry I turned sideways, but that's all good cooking grease and butter right there. We'll take and drizzle some of that on top of our fish. And I forgot to do something a minute ago that I said I was going to do, so I was going to put some more steakhouse seasoning on the top. So, but we're just kind of drizzling some of this, I guess it's called brown butter is what you could call it, on top, kind of giving it a little bit more pizzazz, so to speak, a little bit better on the palate, and kind of scooting some of this oil back over here to it. But pretty much we're finishing it off on this other side here, where it's not as intense of heat. So let me do this steakhouse seasoning before I forget again. We're just going to kind of coat them up, make them good. All right, what we did was, this was our hot zone. We pulled our fish over to our cool zone. Now we let them rest out here. As you can see, it's still, even though we're calling it cool zone, it still was cooking the fish. And the good thing is we're still seeing butter and some moisture come out of the fish. Now one thing I don't like is dry fish, so this is telling me that there's still some good moisture in it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull them off. Like I said, it's been 2 sides on the skin side, or 2 minutes on the skin side, then 4 minutes on the heat for the meat side, and then we pulled them over and pulled them over to the cool side, meat side down to rest out for about 5 minutes. and we're going to pull them off. We're going to start with the potatoes though. So that's looking good right now. So, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm a little bit more liberal on the butter. Cooking flounder, and trout for that matter. I didn't do it in the last video because I was trying a little bit different with the Blackstone, but this looks like it's turned out pretty good, and as you can see, it's cooling right on off. So with that, we're gonna get this in the house and have some good eats tonight. Hey, I appreciate y'all checking in with me. Thanks for watching. We'll get in the house and have some good food, and hopefully I can get over some of my health struggles, so to speak. It's just part of getting older, but we'll be able to get a fishing video out here soon. So with that, have a good one, and appreciate y'all tuning in.